As a pastry chef, you know, people think, oh, do you make cookies, do you make brownies? It's actually much more complicated than that. And really my job is to create a menu that the customers, not only do they leave satisfied, but they have an experience. They experience food that's different from anywhere they could find anywhere else. The desserts that we do at Jean-Georges are based on tasting, so every customer potentially has 4 different desserts. So a table of 4 potentially could have 16 different desserts at the same time. And we're very, very market and seasonally oriented. So, you know, we focus on a specific fruit, or we could focus on a season like spring desserts or fall desserts. Every season we work on new menus, and we try never to repeat something we've done in the past. It's very much working with Jean-Georges, talking to the other chefs in a collaboration and saying, okay, well, this is a peach, what can we mix with a peach? What we have in here is we have fresh peaches, lemon verbena, and a poaching liquid. The poaching liquid has a light sugar syrup with bourbon. So the idea behind this was to do something nice and summery, you know, and that reminded me of the South, you know. So it was kind of like a play on a julep, like a fresh julep of flavors, you know. I think bourbon and peach go really well together. I don't have a dream in the middle of the night, wake up and write an essay on food. I'm a hands-on kind of person. Like, I really need to touch food and feel food and taste food, and the taste is what inspires me to go in a different direction. If you poach a fruit in a pot, you can't really control the heat. You lose the integrity of the fruit. By poaching in a bag slowly, what happens is you're infusing all the flavor directly into the fruit. I have a strong French foundation, but I have American ideals. So the way I approach food is I build on my foundation. I take, okay, well, I know this is classic. I know this works. I know this is what people like. So how can I make this mine? How can I make this more exciting for them every day? I run my kitchen very different from the way I was raised. I was raised in a very dominant French kitchen. A lot of discipline, a lot of aggression. I choose not to be that way. I choose to teach my guys through my experiences, and I choose, if they make a mistake, to address the mistake in a way that they learn from it versus be scared of making another mistake. Don't get me wrong, I yell a lot, but I don't yell for no reason. I don't yell for ego. I yell to make people better, and I always teach my cooks, you know, I want them all to be better than I am. I want them to learn and suck the life out of me, and then one day, when their chefs look back at me and say, okay, well, you know, I learned that from Johnny. One of the things that I really try to instill in my young cooks is organization and cleanliness. Like, I never get dirty. I hate when my cooks get dirty. I hate when the kitchen's dirty. I go home and then I chase my girlfriend around and make sure she's not dirty either. It's kind of crazy. I actually started off as a cook, and the thing that drew me to pastry was the fact that the pastry kitchen is much more precise, much more intense. Like, in a kitchen, you know, you could have 5 cooks making the same recipe. Each cook throws a dash of this, a dash of that, but I guarantee you have 5 different soups at the end of the day. The difference is, in a pastry kitchen, everything's to a gram. Very precise, very, very accurate. So you have 5 people, and it's almost impossible to have a different recipe unless they're complete idiots. People have certain expectations when it comes to an appetizer or an entree, but when it comes to a dessert, dessert's almost like the treasure. It's almost like the gift at the end of the meal. And people are willing to take a little bit more chance. You know, they're willing to go out on a little bit of a limb to say, okay, well, that's different. I'll try that. I'm lucky enough to be in New York. You know, we have some of the best restaurants in the world. You know, and some of my best friends are actually some of these chefs that I love to go to their restaurants. They really inspire me. They push me to be better than I am every day. I would never be that guy that ate at the same restaurant every week. I mean, I hate eating at the same restaurant twice in 1 year. Every year, 10,000 new restaurants open up in New York City. I wish I could eat at 10,000 new restaurants every year.